Greetings, I am Akela Dixon reporting. As Stepford, the Battle of the Houses was held on October 22, 2022, during Heritage Week, hence the theme of Jamaican culture was deeply embedded. There are several different categories ranging from dance to dress. Each house put their absolute best and gave an excellent show to the alumni, teachers, guests, and students that were present. In the end, after an extremely close competition, the trophy was shared, with Henderson in fourth, Murray in third, and Bromwell and Curfew tied for first place.
Welcome to the B Broadcast Monthly Roundup. I am Asol White, and here's what we have on the monthly bulletin. The Student Council welcomes you this month with the theme Reigniting News for Jamaica 60 and Beyond. Grade 10 students host their badging ceremony. Notable students of the month Christian Hamilton and Kalia Hardware. Mr. Dixon, Dean of Discipline, gives his insight on the unfortunate gruesome incident where the principal was attacked. Yorkists share their views on the recent ban on music promoting felonious acts. Crocs Day and Jersey Day. Anti-Gang Week under the theme Lego the Gang, Lift Up Jamaica. Drug Awareness with the Guidance Counselor. Club reports and extracurricular activities. Captain of the female rugby team talks about the team's performance at the tournament on November 10th and December 2nd, 2022. On Sunday, November 6th, 2022, members of the York Castle High Students' Council body journeyed to the Generations Church, Mandeville, Manchester, to celebrate the official launch of National Youth Month 2022 under the theme Reigniting Youth for Jamaica 60 and Beyond. The launch took shape in the form of a church service to make way for the upcoming events for the ongoing month. Student leaders from across the country, along with members of parliament and various upstanding individuals within the community, were in attendance. The audience was greeted by three speakers: the Honorable Minister of Education, Favour Williams, Member of Parliament for Central Manchester, Rhoda Crawford, and Pastor of the Generations Church, Dwight Pinnock. The speakers imparted words of enlightenment, encouragement, and enrichment directed to the youth in attendance. It was an overall successful ceremony and it commences the events that are to come. This has been a Soul White B broadcast.
Leaders aren't born, they are made, just like anything else through hard work. That's the price we have to pay to achieve the goal or anything. Vince Lombardi once said, "The students of 10O all believe in just that." On Friday, November 11, 2022, they conducted their first pageant ceremony. Present were Vice Principals Mr. Jackson, Mrs. Edwards, Miss Griffiths, Miss Cole, and Mr. Mackenzie.
Great experience to be to be the first to do something of this sort. It is definitely something that other classes can look on and try to emulate, and this is a step in the right direction for our class 10O, as it shows that we are visionaries and we come up with ideas for successful things.
Earlier this year, a student at Kingston Technical High School was fatally stabbed by a pair. Michigan Campbell, 16 of 9 miles Bay St. Andrew, is the victim. She died as a consequence of stab wounds sustained during a fight with a 17-year-old schoolgirl. Reports from the Central Police are that about 2:30 p.m., Campbell and another schoolgirl were involved in a dispute on the school compound. The argument became heated, and both schoolgirls were later found with stab wounds. They were taken to the hospital, where Campbell was pronounced dead, and the other girl was treated and arrested. Following the interview, the teen was charged. Because she's a minor, the police will not reveal her identity. Ergo, the B broadcast uses this platform to bring about awareness in schools. Restorative justice ought to be practiced in schools.
I think the events or the circumstances under which it happened was unfortunate because not only did one girl lose her life, both of them did because the next one is in prison right now. And I think it's important that we start to implement, counseling in schools and in order to solve problems the easier way. Yeah.
So, based on the recent events that were broadcast on the news about the stabbing in Kingston with the schoolgirls, I think it's really bad that altercations happen at school and students take it upon themselves to do violent acts to get back at a person, and really teachers don't do anything about this, and that's why bullying and stuff like that are so bad in our country. And in Jamaica per se, a lot of people tend to go towards very bad man vibes and stuff like that. I don't know how slang works, but yes, it's very bad overall, and I think stuff like that should not be happening. And the fact that it's happening here in Jamaica is very sad because you see stuff like that overseas with the shootings and stuff like that, and it's just very shameful.
Personally, I think that it was very foolish of her to do because not only did they not get who they were supposed to be fighting over, she also ruined her life by just that one action. She had just calmed down, cooled down, could have passed over, she could have gone out, she could have gone on with her life. She would have reached somewhere in life and can come back and show them, say, yes, I don't need you. But I think she shouldn't have done that.
What are your thoughts on the incident where the primary school principal got chopped by a mental challenged person?
It's an unfortunate situation, and first of all, we have to think about the happenings, the dynamics. Think about it. From my understanding, the school has no permit of fencing. It's important that schools, especially educational facilities, are reinforced by permit of fencing because it's a major part of security. Now at least watchmen or gatemen there where at least can form some sense of study, some sense of security. They are first responders in most cases. Where they are watchmen with hawks or with a few view to assess exactly threat levels or who the persons who are coming to the institution. And it is unfortunate it should happen that way. But even with proper assessment, things can still go awry. But what we ask security officers to do, and we ourselves, We try to de-escalate situations. We try to de-escalate before things evolve and erupt. Right? So sometimes it's a good book setting. A soft answer from the wrath and be just worse to anger. So in those cases, a person come irate, person upset, you try to get the person to, cool down by speaking words that are, comforting, so to speak.
So, as we know, there are many mental challenge persons here in Brownstone. Should the Yorkasa High School students be worried that they might be affected by this?
We don't have that type of threat here at our class. We have a good security system, and I believe in the case here, we are not seeing we will have that type of situation.
Okay, thank you.
We have what it takes to combat it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Right.
So we're here with JD. And JD, I would like to ask you, what is your view on the recent ban on music promoting illegal activity, violence, and abuse?
Well, my view on the recent ban on music promoting illegal money and drugs and scamming and those stuff. Well, if we're going to look from it from a moral point of view, well, it would be wrong to promote stuff that are affecting our society now. But also, a lot of our ghetto youths, they have made a start to life and progressed in life through music like that. Because if we're going to be honest, Jamaican people, we gravitate towards stuff that we really shouldn't. But the reality of it is young people are gravitating towards music like that. So people who are making a start, new artists, I think that we can give and take when it comes down to the situation.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wait. I'm here with Jonathan, and I know that Jonathan listens to dancehall music religiously. So, Jonathan, would you like to share with us your view on the ban on the illegal music?
My perspective or views on the banning of dancehall music in Jamaica is that remember that dancehall is our roots, it's what keeps us alive, not only reggae, which is another genre of music in Jamaica, but the dancehall. The dancehall has been from the 90s come up, which it has changed from generation to generation. We have dance. We can sort it out as a subculture into the music. In dancehall nowadays, we can call it, we have dance, which is you move and you be locomotive, all of those stuff. And the other subculture is trap. There is trap meanings, there's all types of illegal stuff in the dancehall music, which I totally understand that needs to be get out because it personally influences me or other young persons or people of today's society to do bad things, to be indulged or involved in the scamming and such.
Thank you, Jonathan. I'm here with Kezia. Kezia, what is your views on the illegal ban on music promoting violence and the use of drugs?
Okay, so good morning. I'm Kezia Johnson, and my views on that topic is that I believe that the music industry has a very great impact on kids nowadays, especially the youth. And it has shown that the music is our culture, and therefore it has influential values. I believe that it has a great impact, but these impacts are not good but bad impacts. So I think that banning those illegal stuff will help kids and the youth to see that it has bring a bad impact on the community and the country, and therefore will push them to be better versions of themselves and to be a better person to society. That's my view.
Thank you.
Well, personally, I think it was a positive thing, seeing that approximately 85% of our youth in Jamaica listen to dancehall music. For example, even when the song about Clarks come in, the Clarks price raise, everybody wants Clarks, so of course it has an impact. And even in the schools, you see where the killing and all of that, in the music, and then people play on the school compound about killing and all of that. So I think it has a positive impact, and I think the government did a good job managing those music.
Thank you.
Well, I think that the music shouldn't be banned because it's one of Jamaica's main source of income. The country is a third world country. I mean, without it and things like tourism, you wouldn't have like a lot of income or a lot of foreign exchange or money and so on. So I don't think it should be banned. Yes, I get why they want it to be banned because of the violence and all of that, but I feel like regardless of whether it's banned or not, that's still gonna happen. I don't feel like um, music influence it, sure, but I don't think it's like the main reason why violence is such a huge problem. I feel like the main reason for that is due to poverty, not music. But however, I do contribute to it. But I feel like we need more. We need the money. We need the money, definitely.
What is your views on the ban on the music promoting violence and scamming?
I think that the government made the right move in terms of banning these music because these music just help to deteriorate our society that we live in today. It's already bad as it is, and with these music, it's just helping it to get worse. So I think for us to move forward as a society, taking away the negative influences will help in changing for the better.
Thank you. What is your view on the ban on music promoting violence and illegal drug use?
Well, my personal view on the music, basically, it is popular and the songs of this, the words of the song are, young people gravitate to it. It's so most of them are nonsensical. Okay. And I would say they don't make any sense. That's basically what I'm trying to say. But the beat to it, I personally like the beat, and even though some of the words don't make sense, it has a catchy ring to it, and because of that, people gravitate to it a lot. However, I myself, even though I listen to some of these music, they don't push me to chop or or scam or to kill anybody or work any witchcraft or any of that. But I like what the song is about and the ring of the song. But if it did ban, I have a problem. But if it never ban, I don't have a problem because it's just based on who listens to the song and what they get from the song.
On November 18, 2022, the Optimist Club hosted Crocs Day here at Yorkasa High School. Here are the highlights.
So what are your thoughts on Crocs and Socks Day?
I think it's a good Friday so far. Everybody come out in their Crocs. It looks very good. It's a good look, Yeah. It's not too much excitement. It's not all that, but it's good. It's enjoyable.
Okay.
Jersey Day was quite festive here. The students showed up in their numbers, supporting their favorite football teams ever so proud. Argentina, Portugal, Spain, Brazil, and others. The day soon became gloomy for the Brazil fans as they lost to Croatia. Contrastingly, Argentina fans rejoiced as they won against the Netherlands.
Sir, it is Drug Awareness Month, and I would like for you to comment on Drug Awareness Month. So, what do you think about drug use in school?
Alright, so the fact is this, that one, what is a drug? The fact is that a drug is anything that is any addictive substance. Any addictive substance. Normally when we think about drugs, we are talking about stuff like marijuana, cigarettes, vape, and yes, alcohol. Right? We also think about cocaine, but cocaine is not so prevalent among among youngsters. So the thing is that what we've realized as counselors is that drugs are more. We look at the hard drugs like artificial drugs like cigarette smoking, um, and marijuana use. That is more pervasive among the youngsters who are of a low socioeconomic background, right? So so they not a stereotype, but we wouldn't have so much of a big marijuana use among our York students, right? All right. Now, I think what is more prevalent here is stuff like vaping, stuff like weed cake, right? I think if Molly should break out here big, it would be a big problem because we have students who are of a they would want anybody to see them puffing smoke, so they prefer to use like a weed cake or stuff like that. No, the fact is this, that what we have attempted to do so far is to, one, educate our students on drug use. It's a fact that when you tell young people not to do something, that's when they want to do it. But I believe that our youngsters, when they are educated, and I mean bluntly educated, when you don't hide the truth, when you tell them exactly what's going to happen or the possibilities of what's going to happen, they tend to stay away from it more. Now, I believe that people on a whole don't like to be told what to do and what not to do. And so when you tell a child or tell a youngster not to do something, that's when they are curious more to do it. Therefore, I believe in giving them options. I believe in giving them education as to what are the potential hazards, and to show examples of persons who have tried and the result or the demise that those persons have met. I believe that our youths, some of our youths who are educated about something, about a particular drug, they're going to use it, they're going to try it anyway because they have curious minds. It's for us as adults, young adults, and the peer counselors to say, look, I'm not kill you since I try it. But if and when you do, come and see me. Let's talk about it. Let's see what was the effect on you. And if you love that, if you like the effect, and how then can we get it to stop? Because here's the thing, it's just like sex. A lot of youngsters are going to try it. But then what do? They are afraid to speak to the adults and young adults about the fact that they have tried something. So I think we should also keep an open mind that even though we educate them, they are going to still want to try it. But I think the way out mainly is education. It's not sugarcoating the thing. It's telling them of the possible effects of a particular drug. What does it do from the moment it gets inside you? How does it affect your teeth, your breath, your mind, your brain, your health? How does it go on to affect how you look? How does it go on to affect your life on a whole? And to show negative examples of sale.
Okay, sir, thank you. I think it heard. I am here today with a member of the student council body, and considering it's November and November is Drug Awareness Month, he is going to comment on the month itself and how he's going to comment on drug use among students.
So, what exactly would you like to know about drug abuse? What kind of views that about?
Not here now.
Which views do you want me to talk about?
talk about you, how you think you can stop students from, well, not stop, but encourage them to not use it in the first place. And if you find them using it, what you're going to do about it. And as a colleague, because if it comes from you as their peer as opposed to a teacher, they probably um what would I say now? They'll probably listen
Have a
to
greater effect.
you more than they would listen to a teacher. So comment on the situation.
Well, me personally, I don't think that just talking would have an effect. You know, when it comes to drugs, this thing takes time. You know, even grown-ups, they go to different houses that help them with it, and it takes time, a lot of time to recover. And these students, even though they're just getting into it, they get hooked very fast. And so it's gonna take more than just me talking to them or even this counselors to talk to them. They need some sort of intervention.
So what would you do if you saw somebody using it as their peer? What would you do to not make them feel bad about it, but rather make them have confidence in you that okay, you're going to assist me with my drug abuse, and you probably consult with a teacher or somebody in authority that can help. But what would you do per se?
Well,
Say, think about it as a friend, somebody you care about. What would you do?
other than actually contacting the, peer counselors and the dean or anyone like that, I try and talk to them, reason with them,
Right.
like find out what causes. Why? Is it stress? Is it some traumatic happen? I try to find out that, and then I was like, try have an emotional contact with them and tell them, reason with them how they can stop it. Try find ways how they could stop, and try help them through it.
As a friend.
As a friend.
And as
a
somebody
colleague.
that cares. So as a colleague.
I don't care about them. Want them get through this. We don't want them throw their life down. Cause
So
drugs mash up your
stop
life.
them from using drugs any at all, like from the jump of it. Like, what you think you could have tell your peers to okay, drugs is bad or something like that, so they don't go get near it or near it to begin with.
And that's the thing. I think they would need their own determination to stop with it. Cause I don't have control over their lives daily, and I can't be with them.
Yeah, but you can always encourage them to not touch it.
I know, but like,
It's an
even if I
addicting
encourage them, they'll still go back to it. Sometimes they might try it. Yeah. I'll still encourage them still, cause I'm a friend.
Yeah.
Even if I'm a friend, just small one, and they look like they need the help.
Okay.
For good ideas and innovation, you need human interaction, conflict, argument, and debate. It is better to debate a question without settling it than to settle a question without debating it, many believe. The tourism debate competition commenced at approximately 12:30 p.m. on November 14, 2022. Christian Hamilton, Akelia Dixon, and Kezia Johnson of Yorkasa High School competed against Immaculate Conception High. Yorkasa High School was quite victorious in their endeavors, moving to the next round. The Safety and Security Club had its restorative justice training on the 15th and 16th of November 2022. Present were the faculty advisor, Mrs. Marston Clark, President Asul White, Public Relations Officer Jamila Levy, safety ambassadors, teachers, and parents with piqued interests. Restorative justice is construed as a community and a victim centered sentencing philosophy that emphasizes offender accountability and responsibility through negotiated restitution. Focus is placed on mediation and agreement. Restorative justice is a type of alternative dispute resolution method. The members were engrossed in several activities and discussions. During these 2 days, they were edified on child divergence and restorative justice. It was quite an experience. Safety and Security Club meets every Friday at 3 p.m. The Optimist and the Environmental Club partnered to do a cleanup at Fantasy Beach early in November. The Yorkasa High School geography students journeyed to the UIMONA campus on November 23, 2022 for a GIS seminar. Additionally, grade 12 and 13 history students went to the Greenwood Great House in Trelawney and the Montego Bay Cultural Center on the same day.
The team performed extremely well at the last tournament, and we were placed second, and as such, we will be moving to round two, which will be on the 2nd of December. Now, given that we all lacked experience and we also had a very limited time to prepare because of the clash in schedules, the six formers, their classes go up to 350, some persons take private buses. We had to work with a tricky schedule. We did extremely well. We really did extremely well. And now that we have more time to prepare, since our next tournament isn't until December 2nd, you can expect only great things from us.
Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Brianna Brown and today I'm joined with Kalia Hardware. Not only is she a part of the student council, but she recently introduced a new club into the school, Model UN. Can you tell us about Model UN?
Yes, so Model UN is an academic simulation of the UN General Assembly where you have different ambassadors or delegates of different countries coming together to solve different geopolitical issues or global issues around the world.
That sounds interesting. Why were you so adamant on introducing this club into the school?
To be honest, I had some previous experience with Model UN before, and it wasn't something that I was truly a part of. I wasn't able to be a part of it because of CSEC, but it was something that I was very interested in, and I still wanted that opportunity to be a part of something like this because I saw the value in it. And I mean, I wanted to do it, so I kind of just did it. I just started the club because it wasn't here, so somebody had to start it. So I did.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Okay, and how do you think Model UN will help you better your Casa High School?
I think a club like Model UN is something that holds a lot of value in that you get students involved in political and humanitarian issues. Students start taking a stance, they start formulating their own opinions, they start being able to advocate for not only themselves but for other people and really standing up for what is right.
Okay, thank you, and I can't wait to see what Model UN does coming this year.
Thank you.
The Yorkasa High is an all-rounded school that is actively involved in different activities. This past year, they have been heavily participating in the different sporting activities: football, table tennis, lawn tennis, track and field, rugby, netball, basketball, and hockey. The football team has improved tremendously with their partnership with the Mount Pleasant Academy. A major accomplishment that they had in the DaCosta Cup was making it to the quarterfinals, which has not been done in years. Even though they made it that far, they did not advance to the finals. The football team also participated in the Ben Francis Cup. They demolished teams such as Discovery Bay High, Dintale Technical, Ferncourt High, and more. The team made it to the semi-finals, which was a divine achievement. Although they put up a stern fight, sadly, they underwent defeat by Glenmuir High. The table tennis team has faced many challenges due to the impact of COVID-19. They lost their training area, which made it very arduous for them to make the necessary preparations needed for their competitions. However, the team received a myriad amount of motivation from their coach Grizzle and captain Christian Hamilton, as stated by the vice captain Kijon Ward. With this, they went to GC Foster to participate in an ISA competition where they placed third in the overall competition. The lawn tennis team, a new addition to our family, also did well this season. They faced many challenges and adversities, but they overcame them to make it to the finals. A member of the team stated that the constant support and tips from members Jerdan and Kaze strengthened them and helped them to place second in the King Alarm High School Tennis Championships. The track and field team represented us at numerous track meets and championships, with majority of the athletes qualifying for the ISA Boys and Girls Championships in 2022. While at this championship, they were awarded a feeding program from Grace Foods and a cash prize of $500,000. As stated by a captain of the team, Azira Lawrence, athletes all made major improvements to their times at the end of the season with the help of their coaches, Mr. Davis and Mr. Johnson. Shantina Gillette progressed to the semifinals in both the Class 3 girls 100 and 200 meter. Jelani Brown was also able to make it to the Carafta Trials in May 2022, where he placed fourth in his heat. Additionally, former captain of the team, Tuki Francis, was awarded a scholarship for her outstanding performance over the season. The rugby team started out the season with a bang, competing against many teams. It was a roller coaster as they won games and they lost games. They won against Spanish Town and lost against Jonathan Grant. They made it to the finals where they placed third in the overall competition. Top scorers for the 12s are Lawrence Carter, Ivan McNeish, Daniel Rhodes, Verl Williams, and Ethan Walters. For the Rugby Sevens Boys and Girls Tournament, we have Aaron McNeish, Ivan McNeish, Ethan Walters, and Dante Purcell, while for the girls we have Jada and Kimoya Williams. The basketball team participated in the ISA basketball competition. Both the under 19 and under 16 team started out with a whopping defeat from Holland High. The under 16 then underwent defeat by Cornwall College, but the under 19 managed to pull through with a victory. After many beatdowns, the under 19 team managed to come through with a big win, with the lead scorers Mickey Benchley, Angel Nolasco, and Princeton Bryan, qualifying for the next round of the competition. However, the under 16 team did not manage to do so. The sports teams have done exceptional this year. Even though some may have fallen down, they shall rise again.
Christmas is a season of joy, of gift giving, and of families reuniting. Region 3 of the Jamaica Prefects Association is hosting a Christmas drive to help the needy. Secondarily, to conclude the semester, the school puts on its carol service.
The school year ended with an exciting choral service production coordinated by the Performing Arts Department. This consisted of a beautiful and entertaining rendition of the birth of Jesus. The audience was graced by the marvelous performances of the choir and band. Different songs, such as Joy to the World, Jesus, What a Wonderful Child, and solo performances of O Holy Night by Tony and Ingram, Silent Night by Nikisha Williams, Mary Did You Know by Mr. Zordan Moffat, and more. The York as a High School's Choral Service 2022 ended with a spectacular and memorable performance by Mrs. Jarrett Eccleston, accompanied by Mr. Burnett. She showcased her vocal talents and performing skills with a cover of the song Santa Baby.